What's going on, everybody? It's T Reaper and I'm back with another video. Happy 2019, everybody. So I was legitly relaxing today and I came across two videos that I actually quite enjoyed, and I actually wanted to give my wonderful evil opinion about. No, I'm kidding. I actually enjoyed both Rich Review Tech USA's video and Rev and his sister's opinion on why girls do not date gamers. I thought both videos were really well done. Both had, really good points, difference of opinion, this is the point of this video. The funny thing is that I have a counter argument to this whole situation. And I had to watch both Rev and his sister and Rich's points on this because I wanted to see what the two difference of opinions was. And I agree with both videos. Rev and his sister had kind of good points and bad points, and I enjoyed the Rich's concept that she's of an older demographic, so she thinks that way, and I remember what it was like in middle school, back when when I was 13. I was the only kid in school with an OG Xbox. Everybody else had a PS2 or a GameCube. I was the only one in that entire school that had an OG Xbox. Only one. And I remember that was the stigma back in the day, that girls legitly just didn't date gamers. They thought we were all nerds, not, gaming, like Rev's sister pointed out, is, something that children do. I disagree with that. That's not really that true. But my counter argument to this is a good majority of us gamers all have families, they all have responsibilities, they all have bills to pay, so they game when they can, and they try to find time for their beloved hobby. My counter argument to this whole situation is this: if you yourself love gaming, and that's you want to be want to be MLG someday, or you want to be a graphic designer, or you want to be a programmer, or you want to be game tester, work for Microsoft, Sony, whatever. My best advice for this topic is do not let family and other responsibilities that you pick up when you have relationship problems and relationship responsibilities, because from the video she was right. If a girl comes in to your house and you legitly are playing playing a game, that sets some older generation women off really bad. My parents hated that I loved gaming as a kid. They absolutely hated it. They tried their best to get me not to play games. There was even a point in my life where I went over, I want to say 3 to 4 to 5 years of not playing practically any games because I just wasn't able to. I was in a situation in life where I didn't have Xbox, didn't have access to consoles, didn't have access to gaming, so I missed out on a whole bunch of stuff, due to that. And that was kind of the the shitty point in life. But at the same time, my parents were trying so hard to, because they're the older demographic, they're in their 50s, and they felt gaming was just a waste of time, not gonna amount to anything. You're just just the same thing that Rich Review Tech USA said. Shout out to him. And my thing is that if you love gaming and you want to follow it wherever it goes, I suggest that you just follow gaming, because I'm the same type of way. I have not had relationship issues in over 10 years. And this is why. Because I know the type of issues women bring to a relationship, what kind of barriers and problems you run into as a couple, and I just didn't want that in my life whatsoever. I love gaming, and to be frank, controller over female, yeah, I'm gonna dig the controller. I'm sorry. I'm just that odd demographic that says I do not need a female presence in my life. I have it still, even though I don't wish to have it, but I have it still. But I try my best to stay away from it. I have female friends and they're cool with me, but that's kind of the exception. Like kind of what Rich was talking about was like you'll have friends who accept you for who you are, and you'll have girls that are the younger demographic say, "Oh, he plays games, no big deal." But you'll have those, you'll have that demographic of girls that you like that don't like you purely because that's what you do is you play games. And I agree with Rev's sister when she said that. Like that was the stigma back in the day, and still is to a certain extent to this day. But if you don't have a family and you don't chase girls and you don't chase after women, then it's not much of a problem, because all you have to worry about is rent, cable, and your hobby. The end. Easy. Now, I understand most males out there, especially, the, alpha males, quote unquote, don't like to live that existence because, they're relationship addicts, they're chasing love, they're chasing girls, they love that part of life, and I get that. But that's just not for me. So, my counter argument is if you don't want a relationship, and you don't want a family, and you don't want anything to do with love, or anything to do with that situation, then you can sit back and relax and play games 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as you can pay your bills, you're cool. But again, the best way to be, to follow the gaming path is not to have distractions and not to have, other priorities get in the way of your gaming hobby. And that's what everybody that I see, that I know, and I love fans. I'm speaking directly to you now. I love you guys to death. You guys are awesome. But everybody does this. Everybody that I know that is, of, higher stature than me, all has families, and they all, have to make time for their kids, and they all have to make time for their wives, and they never have time to game. And like Rev, what they normally do is they game when, everybody's asleep. And that kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's one of the prime reasons. Like I don't want a relationship in my life, and I never will. I don't want one. I don't want one. Don't need one. Don't need to have one. The end. But there are, the alpha males that just can't resist, and I feel that. But at the same time, like if you don't have a family priority, or you don't have family responsibilities of any kind in your life, then you can just grind all day on an Xbox or a PS4 or a Nintendo Switch or a PC, and just legitly enjoy your hobby for what it is. Go to work, pay bills, come home, play games. Now, I understand there's going to be the select few of people who say, well, that's not much of a life. And again, it depends on your preference of life, and it depends on what your quality of living, amounts to. What makes you, the person that is living that said life, happy? Is it games? Is it food? Is it sports? Is it Netflix? Is it jogging every day? Is it going to work and having fun partying out with your friends? Is it is it going out clubbing? Whatever your passion is. But my thing to the issue is that everybody allows responsibilities to get in the way of what they really love to do. And to basically conclude my point, if you didn't have those responsibilities to begin with, then you would have less of an issue keeping track of your beloved hobby, whatever it may be. For us, it's games. For others, it's other things. But that's exactly my prime reason why I don't have that in my life. Because without that in my life, I can do so much more. I save money on so many other things without a relationship in my life. I save stress time. I save on so much stuff without simply having that situation in my life. Trust me, I've been doing it for 10 plus years. It is worth it. I know for the alpha males, they can't resist, but trust me, if you have the mind power to resist temptation, you legitimately are better off. Because temptation makes us all do lots of really stupid and not so much smart things in life. And if we can resist temptation, then we don't have that problem to begin with, and then we're all said and done. So yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, girls, women, they make up, you know, a good portion of the human race. So, you know, just treat women with respect, and you don't have a problem. But for me, I personally don't need a relationship in my life, which is why I can game around the clock and can do so much more than people who don't have that, you know, ability, because they're stuck home taking care of their kids, or they're stuck home, you know, arguing with their wives, or they're stuck home cooking dinner for their kids, or they have to take their kids to daycare, or they have to go, you know, food shopping with their families every Saturday morning. You know, a whole bunch of stuff that gets in the way if the concept of, you know, love and relationship and family is involved with games. But if you don't have that priority and that responsibility in life as a gamer, gaming as a hobby and as a whole is so much more enjoyable. And then the other counter argument that I would put in is those who love, who love gaming and have families and can multitask. Awesome for you guys. I'm, proud of you. But me, it's either one or the other. So I either have to choose love or games. I can't do both. And until I'm ready to hang up the towel on my gaming hobby, no women will be in my life. At least not with me personally. And for right now, that's the way I want it. And that's pretty much the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Happy New Year. And shout out to Rich Review Tech USA, Rev and his sister. Good video, guys. I agreed with everybody's points. And there were, some that I disagree with, but overall, good topic. Everybody, leave a comment section down below. Tell me what you think. This is Reaper, and I'm out. Pieces.